name's Keith Walley. I own the Clippers Cafe in Martin. I've been here about 8.5 years now.
It's an honor to have you because you're a big sponsor at Martin and with our athletics. So, do you kind of just want to? When exactly did you take over Clipper Cafe?
Yeah, so this
First off,
was so I got the keys essentially in May of 2017, and took about 2 months to get everything up to the standards that it needed to be able to open. And I know they had gone through some prior owners that place was in a little bit of rougher shape,
Yeah.
but just to get it back up and going.
Because I heard it was called the Red Barn.
Yeah, it was the Red Barn at one point. It was called the
Back and forth.
B&B Family Diner, I think, from
Yeah.
one of them.
What what got you into the culinary arts field?
Back when
Great.
I was a kid, it was about
Yeah.
the only thing you could get into for, you either did corn detasseling or you went and found some restaurant to work at, whether it was fast food or somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first, entry into it, and then just, on and off throughout the years between all the other types of jobs you do.
Yeah. When were you like, I'm gonna open my restaurant one day?
Man, I think a lot of it was just, wanting to be my own boss for things.
Yeah,
You
for
work
sure.
for a lot of people throughout your life, and, you learn a lot and you take from all of them individually, but in the end, you always think you can do it better yourself. So,
Of
and then,
course.
then you got to find somebody who believes in you the same way to financially do it if you don't have the means yourself.
Yeah. So, I myself, I'm taking a culinary arts class, whatever. And I find it difficult almost every day to do the same dish over and over. What's one challenge you faced in the kitchen?
Man, a lot of it, I think the kitchen's probably the easiest part on there.
Okay.
It's truthfully, it's probably just dealing with employees, and not only the good, the bad, and then just the constant probably pressure of having to know that their well-beings and livelihood
Yeah.
are essentially my problem
Yeah.
from that on. That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah.
That gives you the gray hair.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have your own employees, but at the same time, having to worry about them, I feel like it's hard.
It
Like,
is.
a lot more difficult than
Yeah.
people think it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's your favorite dish to cook?
To
make?
cook, oh, man, I love burgers. Are you kidding?
Oh, burgers.
Yeah, come on, you're in a farm town.
Some smash
Yeah,
burgers. or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, some smash burgers are great.
I think your
Yeah.
guys' biscuits and gravies,
Oh,
top
awesome.
notch.
Yeah.
Best thing.
You know,
ever exists.
and breakfast time.
did
know,
you guys
I almost
change
went-
the biscuits for the biscuits and gravy?
Been the same recipe for 8 years, 8.5 years.
I had it one time. I was like, dude, this is the best biscuit gravy ever. And then I ate it again, and I was like, these biscuits taste weird. I think it was just
Same
like
thing.
Well,
the placebo effect, whatever they call it. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
I don't remember which that one is.
No.
Like where you see something one time
Yep.
and the next time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, talking about good food. What's a cooking disaster that you made a big mistake and you learned from it and made it better?
Chili is the one. I always burn chili.
I think that's the hardest one to
nonstop.
do.
It's one of the hardest
Oh, yeah,
ones.
for
yeah.
sure.
Or like anything like Alfredo based.
Yeah.
I'll burn the cheese, the bottoms of those pans. It'll take 2 or 3 days to clean up because you just cannot get the burned part off, and no matter how much you're stirring it.
Yeah. Weren't you guys breakfast only for a little bit? And then-
We've always done breakfast only on the weekends.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the weekdays we take care of lunch
Well, that's probably why.
as well. Yep.
'Cause
Yeah, you
we're-
guys
we're in
probably
school,
can't. Yeah, you
so-
guys can't get there much in the mornings.
what did you do before Clipper Cafe?
Oh man, lots of stuff. I've done the biggest main job I did before that. I was an energy auditor and an insulator. So crawling around attics and crawl spaces, and this is out in Colorado where I lived
Oh,
for
wow.
about 5 or 6 years. So it's little more of a predominant thing out there. Is there we love the environment type stuff, and then drove forklift for a couple years. Done lots of on and off jobs, but always had side work at restaurants just because it's
Yeah.
it's easy to pick up if you have some competence.
I feel like at a good restaurant you can make some really good money.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's-
Yeah,
Like a server.
or
For
or
sure.
or just experience wise,
Oh, for
you
sure.
just start working at just some places that'll just blow your mind as far as either just location or cuisine wise. It's
And,
just
like,
it's
the-
fun.
Like the thinking of levels that there is to the cooking and being a server. 'Cause then you gotta
Mhm.
be quick. You gotta have you gotta deal with not employees, but
You have to be-
customers and everything.
You have to be
stuff like that.
mentally straight as far as everything goes. You can't be going in there with lots of life
No, no.
problems and or altered on anything else.
Yeah.
it's got to be pretty good with that.
So you took over Clipper Cafe in 2017. What is the biggest change you think that happened from when you took it over and when you opened it to right now? What is the biggest change?
Or like, what's an impact you think you had, or do you have an impact? You think you have an impact?
Absolutely. I think for the restaurant, I think we brought a much needed consistency to the area. Before, there was a lot of issues with they don't know when they're open. They close up just random times for anything or everything, any small inconvenience. And for here now, it's we're open the same damn hours every day. We don't alter them except for extreme type things.
Yeah.
For me, it was 7 days a week for 360 probably days out of the year. The first 5 years we were in there.
Wow.
What do you do to keep yourself going with cooking every day? Like, just
For me, it's the best thing. It's just knowing it's mine.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's everything is my problem or my success, all the way around. So
do you think presentation with your food is important then?
absolutely, it's important for us to not be who we aren't. Like
Yeah.
we are in a farm town. We are in Martin, which is not to say anything bad about Martin,
No.
but we don't have to do all this foo-foo,
Yeah.
everything else. The farmers here expect, meats and potatoes and
Something quick
and
simple,
yeah,
so-
and the omelets. They want to know when they go in there, they're going to get what they want and what they expect every time.
So
So consistency is everything.
yeah, I was about to say that. So how do you balance creativity? Because I'm guessing as a cook, you want to experience new things too. You want to
Absolutely.
make your own dish someday. Like
Sure.
make it worldwide. How do you balance creativity and consistency with your dishes?
Well, it's a lot is getting people to try
yeah, for
it because a majority of our customers eat the same thing every day or every other day or whenever they're in. So, sometimes you have to throw it out for free or sometimes you just get to eat it, in the kitchen amongst your coworkers and,
See if they like it.
exactly.
I feel like if they like it, then people like it.
Exactly.
Where did you go to school?
I
Or
grew up
you
in
grew up around
Otsego.
here? Otsego?
Yep. So early life was in Plainwell. Graduated from Otsego in 2004. Yep.
College?
And
You go to college?
a couple years, nothing ended up sticking all the way through it. You go there, you try a bunch of different majors, you blow through your money, and then you realize you should have just been working the entire time. That was my experience. So, not to stop anybody from going to college, but if I had it back, I'd definitely probably do some things a little different.
So what's a piece of advice you'd give to someone wanting to be a chef or like
With any of it,
Yeah,
if you know what
basically.
you want to go for and it's college based, go to college. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't know what you want, there's nothing wrong with going into the trades.
No.
We were talking a little bit before this.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back and do some kind of trade work, electrical, plumbing. It's never going to go out. You'll never want for money or work. With the more and more tech jobs that are out there, those people tend to not want to do those kinds
No.
of jobs. It's more of a, hands-off approach when it
Yeah.
comes to do it yourself type work. So if you can get into those, you'll be the ones doing the work for them, and then you set the price yourself.
So I hear you're a big influence with Hometown Days in Martin.
Yep, we're part of the people that put that on.
So what was kind of the big movement to bringing that back to the town and
Yeah.
showing the consistency that's going to be here every year?
So in the past, I know there's been different iterations of it, and people have tried different things. Not to be rude to the people who put it on, there was an event like 2 years prior. So we put it on. The first year was after 2021, after COVID hit. The last one we were not a part of in 2019, and we never got asked to be a part of it in any way, shape, or form. And then all of a sudden it was happening during the hours that we were open, and they were serving free food, and kind of put a little, bad taste in my mouth for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So instead, after 2020 hit and they didn't do it and they had no plans for 2021, I, met up with like the fire department, the library, the village, and we asked, they wanted to all do something nice because finally, everyone was able to get back together and have a good time. And there we were. So it's better to, if you got a problem with other people doing it, it's just easier to do it yourself. And,
You feel like you did it better, so
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it seemed to work because
Yeah,
it's been
so it's been good the last 5 years.
it's
and,
been around. So
This year was a little hot, but that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's I guess like how do you deal with criticism on your own food now?
It's tough sometimes,
Oh yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
because
Oh, the
in your
public can
mind, you
be.
never want, you never want to be wrong or, be the
No.
one that did anything
No,
wrong,
'cause-
really. But, you have to listen to them
Oh yeah.
and, and try to think about it and from an outside perspective, from how they're thinking about it. And, some people sometimes have valid opinions and sometimes they just don't.
Sometimes
Not
they
to
just
be
say
rude.
things just
Yeah.
to say it, so.
Exactly. They might be having a bad day. They might be having a great day. You just don't know what's going on in their own lives to, have them, speak the way that they do sometimes.
What are some of the benefits that you think of owning a small restaurant compared to owning like a big
Yeah.
corporate sized restaurant
The
or
small
company?
restaurant, you definitely can know your clientele a lot better, just like, on a personal level. I know all of my neighbors. I know a majority from people from the school. You go out there, there's always a friendly, smiling face looking back at you. You get a friendly wave. You can go out and talk to them. You know what's going on in their lives for the most part. When you get to the bigger ones, you definitely don't have that kind of experience.
I feel like I'd rather own a small one and get to know the
It's
people.
been really good so far. So yeah.
So I live in Allegan,
Mhm.
and the small town restaurant in Allegan is Village Inn.
Mm-hmm.
And for like my entire like growing up, we'd go there probably every other week,
Mhm.
get breakfast, and then they recently just sold,
Right.
and like it's gone majorly downhill.
I have not been in there since the new owner's hit.
It's gone majorly downhill. Like the old owner would come in and he'd make all fresh food
Mm-hmm.
in the morning, and now they've just like he'd always walk around and like kind of like you do, like when we
Yeah.
go into Clipper Cafe, you're walking around, you're checking, you're cooking your food. Like that's kind of what he did, and it was like the small
Mhm.
town feel. And then now like going in there, it's just like it feels like just like a corporate restaurant.
Sure.
Like
Yeah. They get more
not-
stuff bought in.
Yeah,
That's already
yeah.
pre-done instead of
Yep.
taking the extra time
So-
and doing it yourselves.
I definitely, from my point of view, I love Clipper Cafe. I think everyone in Martin or around Martin loves Clipper Cafe. I know Deputy Klein was talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
going to
definitely.
Clipper
Yeah,
Cafe in the
Klein
first
quite a bit.
podcast.
Yo,
But like everyone around here, everyone involved with the school
Yeah.
or like even from Shelbyville, like they love Clipper
Mhm.
Cafe. My grandparents come here, go to Clipper Cafe maybe every weekend.
I'm really fortunate
So-
that there's not many more restaurants around.
No,
It
yeah.
was a big enticing thing to put it in this town, or to this would be the spot I was heading for.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I feel,
I mean, you go to Plano and Otsego, there's between 2 and 4 restaurants at all
and
times.
Oh,
the
oh.
Otsego downtown, there's
Yeah.
like 4
Exactly.
Judy's, that
Yeah.
one, that one, like,
Yeah. Our
there's-
table and all
yeah.
those, and Plainwell, they for a long time there they had 4 or 5 restaurants as well.
So did you? And be honest, did you think it was gonna be a miss when you first started it, knowing how small Martin was?
what I heard about the community, this is pre, so don't rip me on this one.
No,
I heard it was a very Dutch community.
yeah,
And I heard, like they didn't support the area very
Yeah.
well. And then you get in there after the first 3 months and you're like, holy crap. Everything's great. You're me being consistent with like the hours and the
Yep,
food
yep.
and everything else like that. And then seeing the community support before, going out from the Plainwell people or the Otsego people, it was unbelievable. And you can just see that, there's always a chance that it wasn't going to go great.
Oh, for
But,
sure.
after 3 months, you're like, when you make money in
It's
your
not so
first
bad.
6, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I was expecting,
And-
and the payoff was, far earlier than I ever thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
to get out from, the debt, which was really nice. And
That's good,
yeah.
yeah.
And now it's just, we're able to give where we can and, it's mutually beneficial.
yeah, and I feel like with that, since 2017, there's definitely has been some change.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? What's like the biggest change, or has your cook style changed since you've opened up?
A lot of it's just trying to balance, the ever changing world out there, between
Like
the
trends
only
and
two
everything?
things, that more just the 2 things that you control financially in your restaurant is payroll and food cost. And with food costs fluctuating at a rate I've never seen before, and payroll expected to be higher to retain staff, I mean it's a difficult thing to then also try and keep a menu priced where people still come in and want to come in.
Yeah, because there's definitely places where they upcharge some things, and it's
Mhm.
just like people don't want to go there
Yeah.
because of that and find something.
And we don't
else, so-
upcharge on anything, but I factor that cost in, at the beginning. So
Yeah,
it's
for
just,
sure.
it's just a mindset for them for what they want.
And for like the new people, how do you source like your ingredients? Do you
Yeah.
prefer local? Do you?
We do use local as much as we can. You know, we used Vanna Bunny eggs when they were still around, but now they've gone through a couple different changes over there. We use Einster Farms, who's,
Yep.
a big sponsor of everything around here
Yeah.
with Craig. And between Craig and Zach, my gosh, they pushed me, and then we finally got them in, and now we just use them for beef. But, it's hard for the little places to compete with, the big corporations sometimes for prices. So,
Yeah.
we do when we can, and if we can't, we don't. Because in the end, I mean, we have to make money to be able to
For
stay
sure.
open.
Yep,
It's everything's about money in this world, and that's a big one.
How do you handle like pressure during a busy service, like rush hour? Let's say
Sometimes you got to scream and slam things. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, but it when everybody does their job the way they're supposed to, things run smoothly, and
Yeah.
you don't have to. It's when people, like we were talking about earlier, when they become, if they don't come in the right mindset or understand it's a job and you get paid to do a job, things can, sometimes they got to
For
be
sure.
coerced into it.
Yeah, because I feel like me myself, I feel like everyone has to experience a restaurant job.
I fully agree with
I
that.
experienced
Not only just a restaurant job, but like from the dishwasher side
to like
to
hosting,
exactly
Just
serving.
everything.
Because I did hosting for a little bit,
Mhm.
not even a little bit, a month, and Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, horrible. It was double housing.
It's
You
awful.
gotta be
Mhm.
like, all right, you gotta wait, and
Yep.
it was just a big old line. I don't know. I just feel like personally, everyone has to have their own experience. And
Absolutely. A lot of it's just making sure you're like, when you're going to be busy.
course.
Yeah. So like, Mother's Day or Father's
gotta be
Day
ready for
hits.
that.
Yeah. You prep and you're ready going into that day. And then you set the expectations of everybody else that, you're not going out the night before.
Yeah, or
Understand
Yep.
your
like-
butts are going to be here ready to go early. Don't screw with me that
Yeah.
day.
like
And
holidays
here we
everything.
go. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it is like don't judge a book by its cover,
No,
kind
for
of,
sure.
because everyone's like, oh man, I could serve or I could cook,
Oh,
and like
no.
I could work the restaurant life, but in reality, you don't really understand how hard it is. Because one, I mean, don't get
This-
me wrong,
and it could
working
be
with
any job.
people and communicating with people is like the best part. Because I'm a server,
Mhm.
and the working with people and like especially Sunday mornings after the church rush, like that's probably the best thing. Like I love talking to people, but it's also the Saturday night rush and the never ending, what feels like never ending, like people coming in the
Mhm.
door, you're on a 30-minute wait, constantly getting sat, and then like it's draining. It really is. It's draining. And then when somebody you hear like, oh man, serving so easy, it's like you have no idea, dude. Like it may look like it's easy, and you may look like, I forget stuff all the time, and it's like I'm busy at the same time. So
Mhm.
I'm like trying to mend 6 other tables and make sure I get ice cold water out to the people that just sat down.
It's a lot of mental
Like
work
it's a
going on.
lot,
Mhm.
and definitely don't judge for people out there that think it's easy. It's really not. I want to say it's the hardest thing in the world, but it definitely is. It's mentally challenging for
It
sure.
definitely has its own challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like especially like holidays, you got to be ready for holidays.
Oh, they're
especially-
nutty times. Like you're
Oh.
planning 1-2 weeks ahead of time. Just
Yep.
make
Like-
sure your orders come in on certain days to
Yep.
be able to prep by certain times to be able to facilitate
with
the amount of people that
yeah,
come in.
Employees that want or usually have Christmas off, want
Yeah.
to spend Christmas off.
Yeah. So
Like,
the main
so-
ones like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we always close. It's
Or
not worth fighting everybody
no,
over
right.
the time off and everything like that. Which I don't mind the time
Yeah.
off either. But when you're closed, you don't make money,
Yeah.
so you have well
You just
Yeah.
got
the
to put
other
your
side of
butt,
things.
So,
put in high gear when you
Exactly.
are open to
Yeah.
make up for those days.
Yeah, talking about time off. What's a meal you like to eat on your time off?
Oh,
like what's
man,
something
I
you're like,
eat
all right,
so
let me calm down.
crappy on my days off, man. If I can get Taco Bell, I love Taco
Oh,
Bell.
number 7 chicken quesadilla.
Yes, exactly.
That's
yeah,
the
that's it.
best
That's
one.
exactly
That's the
what I
best
get.
one.
Yeah,
Chicken gordita crunch,
yeah.
bro.
Chicken
Yeah.
quesadilla. Get myself an extra taco there. Oh man, it's my favorite meal.
Like besides that, what do you do like to unwind after like let's say you just had the
Me-
busiest shift?
A lot of sports.
A lot of
I watching mostly.
Yeah.
Playing days are probably behind me for the most part, but
Oh, for sure.
definitely watching sports is just a wind down.
So I hear you're a major Lions fan.
Yeah, we love the Lions. Yeah, we've
So-
got season tickets for me and my co-owner over there. So we split them up with actually one of
Yeah.
our customers this year because the
Yeah.
prices got a little
Oh wow.
sky high on that one. So yeah, so we all get to go to some games every year, and then first dibs on playoff games, hopefully again.
Did you have season tickets before Campbell got into the head coaching position too?
I got him in the end of his first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were so cheap. I mean, it was nothing to
Well-
do it.
Well, comparing
Oh,
the
yeah.
prices, I bet from now to back
Yeah.
then before Campbell was
Yeah.
in, probably like
So like where we're sitting, we're on the 6th row
Okay.
on the first deck on the goal line of like
Oh,
the
wow.
right side of the field. So they're pretty good seats. We've moved up,
Yeah,
since being
yeah.
longer the seats and ticket holders are. They went from like 120 a seat to last year was 170 a seat. This year it's 270 a seat.
Oh wow.
Per seat per
Golly.
game, and the
Wow.
resale prices are insane.
Oh, I
so if
bet.
you're willing to
I
like
bet.
give up, a couple games every year, probably pays for your season tickets.
for
Oh,
sure.
100%.
But yeah,
Talking about sports and football, we got a game this Friday.
We do have a game
you
this Friday. Are you gonna be there?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be
Hell
there.
yeah,
Sorry,
that's what we like.
If I can say that.
It's all right. It's all right. We like living on the
Yeah,
edge a little bit,
absolutely.
But anyway, we have a game this week. Friday, it is pink out. We are playing North Point Christian. It is also senior and parent night.
They are selling face cards.
We are selling.
No, we aren't, but the office are. The office are selling face cards like cardboard.
The office is selling face cards, I guess. I wasn't aware of that, but also, Clippercast and Sports Media Class is also selling roll clips banners behind us. You may have seen them scattered around town. One is ended up in the front of your restaurant. They are $15 in the office. If you are interested in one, please purchase one. Supports us, makes our podcast a little better. But yeah, it's a pink out. Show there, be there on Friday, and yeah.
So yeah, I mean, going back to the Lions, I guess. Jameer Gibbs had a game.
You had a great game.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That was a good game.
You watched the
Yeah.
78-yard run? Dude.
I think I
That
don't
was
know.
great.
That
His
was
first screen pass at
crazy.
the beginning of the game, or just like the
Yeah.
out to the flat. And who's out there blocking for him? You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's worth like 140 million. He just goes and decks a guy. I mean, just like there's no job that none of them won't do on that to be a winner, and that's what's just awesome.
Yeah, I feel like that.
And you
speech-
guys seem to have that same kind
for
of
sure.
Oh, yeah.
mentality, because you have to be
I mean, we're not playing
successful.
to lose, are we?
Exactly.
No, no, no.
Well, we don't.
Who cares?
Also,
Yeah.
exactly. And like whoever it is, we're not gonna release the gas pedal. We're going
No.
full go. Every game, we gotta treat it like it's the best game.
Absolutely.
So, and then also, home field, we can never lose in front of home field.
Isn't that the
No,
best?
No.
Yeah.
It just
There's
not
something.
possible.
Dude, Friday
Mhm.
nights are like the most electric
Yeah.
night. Like I've heard it from people on podcasts. Like, dude, there's nothing like high school football Friday nights, and it's 100% true. Like,
I mean, you see people who are just in the community that maybe didn't go to Martin, they still show up for
Oh,
these
yeah.
games. It's it's
Yep.
the atmosphere, especially in a place like this, and how well you guys travel too is just
oh, dude,
like
we
up,
went to
up to Marquette both of those games.
Yeah,
and
that was
having north of
crazy.
600 people there both those times. That's
So
an
were you
insane.
there, the 23.
I was there in the 22.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't make the 23 because I had maybe gone somewhere the week before. I went to Metallica concert at Ford Field, so it was like a
Okay.
full weekend. I was
Yep.
like, I can't close down again. So,
The end of the.
Wait, you streamed it though.
oh yeah, we
Oh,
had a
yeah.
watch party down there. We
So
had
I
we had to
was-
buy we had to buy 2 of the NHSAA
Yeah,
or whatever it is. We had to buy 2 of their monthly passes because you can't stream from
No.
more than one thing. So we had the one in the
Device.
kitchen, we had the one out in the dining room, and
Oh.
ours was like 20 seconds ahead. So when you guys scored that last one, we're like, oh, gotta be
Wait, yeah,
quiet
wait,
now.
and
And
then
then all
you
of a
see
sudden you heard,
Yeah.
yeah, we were full for all 3 of those hours for you guys playing
Oh,
on
for
that
sure.
one.
Oh,
That was
that's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to toot my own horn,
Yeah.
but I did have the
Yeah, you
the
did.
onside kick.
Yeah, we
for
were-
that game, so,
Uh-huh.
so.
I heard they were talking about putting like a statue out in front of the stadium or something for
That's what
that
I
maybe
heard too. I
someday.
heard
You know,
too. Coming soon.
still
baby.
working on it. So, yeah.
with the golden cleat,
The
the golden
Yeah,
boot.
That was definitely one. That's something to remember for sure.
Yeah,
I
you guys will never forget anything that happened in
no,
these years, and
no.
you guys are so fortunate to be at a time where you
sure.
have not only you have the staff that
Mhm.
that cares, you have a school that cares a
Just
lot
behind our
more.
backs. It's like
Yeah.
like
Be-
11 men
between-
have it, the 12th man we have the 9th man.
Between Sam Ball and Becca
Yeah.
and Logan, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have a young, youthful, community-focused
They're amazing.
area. You guys
Like,
are so fortunate compared to, especially like what you guys had, like what I had when I was in school. It was, before you guys were in school, I
Yeah.
should say, how many losses in a row? Like the entire time I was in high school and I wasn't allowed to play football. It's a whole family thing. But, we won 1 game our freshman year. That was against Plainwell, being out Eagle. That was, the only one that mattered. And then maybe like 3 or 4 outside of that. So it really wasn't,
Yeah, we have some amazing administration,
yes,
amazing
all the way
coaches,
down.
and especially teachers. Like we have
Mhm.
some amazing teachers here, and they're all they back the school.
Yes.
It's like ride or die for the school, and like that truly means absolutely
Mhm.
everything. Especially away games, Like, first off, I can't believe it's week 9 already, and second off, like, every away game will turn around and the stands are packed.
And sometimes you have more than the opposing
Like,
teams.
oh yeah,
That's
like it's crazy, but
not common.
no, like in Eau Claire, they have limited to no bleachers, and we have more parents and more like
You're bringing
family.
chairs and everything
Like
else
they're
instead of do it.
lined up on the track, and we have more fans than what Eau Claire did. Like
Mhm.
not like to make Eau Claire sound bad, but
No.
like
You could just see
It's
the
crazy.
difference in
Yeah.
the in the sport and
Mhm.
and the culture.
I guess going back to like your work or anything. If you weren't a chef, what do you think you'd be doing?
Truthfully, I miss the days. I won't lie. I miss the days of just being able to work and then just go home and not have to think about work anymore. Factory job, wouldn't care, really what it is. I'd probably still be insulating or some kind of energy auditing, and anything like that. Anything that at the end of the day, you turn it off and you just go away. Because here, there's always somebody that wants something in some way, which isn't bad, but it definitely keeps you more, attached to your phone or life than you maybe want to be.
So I hear you're a big influence or like a big supporter in athletics in the band. What is like a criteria or like things you look at to decide who you want to support?
I mean, most of the time, if they ask, we've said yes. Like truthfully, all the way through. Yeah, spaghetti dinners. Like when you guys first made that championship in 2022, we had so it was Mitchell Gabriel, your AD at the time, and Becca, and I don't remember who else it was. All of a sudden, I got a phone call, and they were on their car ride home. They're like, "Hey, Keith." I'm like, "Oh, no, what do you want?" And they're like, "Hey, can we do this?" I was like, "Absolutely, let's do it," with like a day notice. And then all of a sudden, the amount of people that you guys have for those things. Yeah, truthfully, I mean, we're happy to support everybody, throughout the season, with, like upfront scholarship or upfront sponsorships and stuff like that. And to do like the big ones, like the big dinners, it tends to be more for just like the excellence of things, or if something's really needed, like you guys for the state championships, that's fine. I've seen some of the band instruments, and the band teacher came through and he was like, "Hey, what can we do about this?" I'm like, "Here, let's do one." And and we saw what you guys just got, like chimes or whatever.
Yeah,
and he brought back,
those things were nice.
and the old ones, they were falling apart. I mean, they were in rough shape. So if something is needed, we're always happy to help out because we have the means to facilitate it. So
like people don't think it doesn't mean much, but I've been in band since 6th grade here.
I was band kid too.
So rock on,
Right
brother.
on.
Anything. But,
Odyssey the Mind making nationals a couple years ago. We were happy
Crazy.
to do something with them
Yeah.
as well. It's just achieving more than just the
little
just the
things, so-
average. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like getting to experience it from 6th grade till now, it's just like crazy because now the younger kids that they don't have to suffer with the old chimes or like the old instruments that they have. Now they get the newer stuff. the
Yeah,
better stuff.
we always joke. I'm old enough to to have kids, but I don't. But
Yeah.
like my buddy, he's got a kid, and he's 1 year old, and I can dress him in line stuff and not feel like I'm abusing
Exactly,
the. He gets to grow up in a world where where he doesn't have to understand the pain of the fire mill insides and the 0-16 year.
Yep.
I was at the last game they won before they went on their like 24
Yep.
game losing streak. We were there. We beat the Bengals, and then for 18 straight months they just lost every dang game the entire time. So
Damn.
you see the down, and now he gets to come in, and yeah, it's fun.
It's crazy what Dan Campbell's doing
Yeah, it's
for
awesome.
the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, when we lost our first game, I was like, I was a little scared. I was like, please don't let
Packers,
this.
right?
Yeah, Packers. that
Please
week,
don't
first
let
week.
this be the.
But since then, yeah,
Lions, but
they've held their own. It's
I
been
mean,
good.
Sure.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, Packers are a good team, but
and beating Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's unbelievable as it
yeah.
is. What he's been able to do, and
our secondary, like our whole starting secondary
Yeah.
was out, and the backups came in and they put like,
we hold him to 9 points.
oh yeah,
that's awesome.
that's crazy. Like,
Shows
I mean,
the
they're
depth and
they're in the
just
NFL for a reason.
yeah.
So, talking about the Lions, who is your favorite Lions player
Of all timer right now. What you got?
all time?
Oh
Both,
man,
we'll
I
go
grew.
both.
I grew.
Yeah, both.
Calvin
Both.
Johnson
Okay.
of all time. Oh my gosh.
Megatron.
One year
Megatron?
we had the Bears just missed the playoffs. All right, so we had front row 50-yard line right behind the Lions bench at Soldier Field.
Oh wow.
It was awesome. Calvin Johnson 20 feet ahead of us. And we're just like, holy crap, dude. He's just a beast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, it's hard. I like David Montgomery. He's just, he's just a tank.
Smash mouth. Smash mouth
I
football.
like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
That's they call him, is that Knuckles, right? They call him Knuckles.
Yeah, he's
Knuckles,
Knuckles in
Sonic
that
Knuckles,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's just, personal ones. Or Penny Sewell. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
for
reason why
sure.
he's paid what he's paid. So,
Oh,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
Insane.
what a guy. He's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Going back to like your like foods.
Yeah.
How do you? I can't deal with picky eaters. Like if you don't want to eat the food I give you, don't take it. How do you deal with picky
Yeah.
eaters and just?
So what we've done, we went away from, I used to have all the omelets on my menu,
Yep.
15 different
Yep.
types of omelets that they wanted. And that's what it was. I got sick of everybody saying we want plus this, no this, and now we just made it a build your own omelet. So now they just tell me what they want in it and I just make it. And, we up the price a little bit
That's
to
good, yeah.
compensate it for
Oh,
all the
for
extra
sure.
work. And
That's good.
yeah, so that's just it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's about making stuff easy for yourself because
Oh,
if
yeah.
if you don't want to, if you're not happy with where you're working, you don't want to be there anymore. So for me it's just constantly changing stuff to make myself
Yeah, for
happy.
sure. For me, I
One, and then everybody else happy. Two.
Yeah, I think about it as if you love what you're doing, you'll never go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yep.
so that's
Yeah,
what
plus,
I
I've been getting a little time off lately, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
been
for sure.
nice. So
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
If you could add anything to your menu, like anything new, anything unique, what would it be?
Just new. I love eggs Benedict. I need to start doing that more often. But then I feel it's gonna take away from my love of it if I have to make it every day.
Oh, for
so
sure.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
'Cause then
That's-
you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna get it right.
exactly. Or I'm just gonna have to
It's
see it go out all the time and be like,
Yeah.
man, I don't want to eat this anymore when I go out everywhere else. It's the thing I'll get anywhere if they have it available.
what's I guess on the same topic, what's something that you would like you've been eating, you were like, all right, this is good, and then you seen it, you started making it, and you're like, it's not that like something you got pushed away from.
Man, I don't know on that one. I just truthfully, if I like it, I just eat it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Seafood diet, seafood eat food.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Of course.
What's if you were to cook for someone, who would it be? Like any celebrity.
Oh, any celebrity? My
That's a
gosh.
good question.
I'd
That's
always
a
think
really
it
good question.
wouldn't be good enough for what they've eaten in the
Yeah.
past.
Oh,
You know what I
trust me,
mean,
dude.
though?
Clipper Cafe's probably got the best food
My God.
around.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I love to cook for all of a sudden just have like the Detroit Lions showed up or
Shout out to the
Martin
Lions.
Campbell
Clippers
walks in.
or if Martin Clippers show up after state championship and say, hey, it's 1 a.m. I need breakfast, dude. Let's do it.
It'd be insane. We get back from the state game.
We'll send
Just
this
go
to
straight
Dan
in the
Campbell.
parking lot. Here we are, done and done.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
What's one skill you think every person in the kitchen should learn?
As far as working skill, I mean, truthfully, it's just coming in with
Both?
the consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. That goes back from childhood, from sports. Those were always sports I was better at. I've always been a mostly consistent person, just with everything, with punctuality to just everything in life. Yeah.
Did you play any sports growing up?
I was a big bowler actually.
Bowler.
That was the big one. I always twist my ankles playing soccer, and big old fat sprain, double the size ankles.
Mhm.
So. Yeah, we found one where I couldn't sprain my ankle and do that, and ended up being actually really good at that. That was probably the thing I've done best in my life was bowling. Yeah,
Maybe we'll have to take a
bring it up.
Martin football bowling tournament with Keith and Clipper Cafe.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's I have one sanctioned 300 and averaged about 215 when I was done doing it. Then Plainville Lanes went out and I moved away. So yeah,
So
not something we've done too often.
since 2017, I bet you met some famous people. Well, who's the most famous person or a celebrity you've met? Or that's why
At the restaurant. We met the guys from Street Outlaws. They
I
came
seen
in
that.
when
I
they
seen
were
that.
over at the drag strip.
Yup.
They all came in one day.
Yeah.
We met the
Sweet.
lieutenant governor came in
Yeah.
once. Gilchrist, the really tall. He's 6'6" or something like that.
7 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there. Yeah, he stopped in too. That's about it though.
That's
Yeah.
crazy tall, dude. Oh my god. But when Outlaws came in, that highway, packed.
Oh, dude, that was
It
the
was
busiest
horrible.
weekend we ever had to this
bet.
date. Was the first
I
time that
bet.
they were in town here. That
Oh,
was
crazy.
that was not one we were prepared for. We don't normally pull from that racetrack, and
No.
boy, we learned a lesson on that one.
Always be
You
ready.
gotta be
for-
ready for it. You never
Yeah.
know what happens. Well, because
Expect the unexpected.
Yep.
I didn't know what happened, and then I seen the Clipper Cafe post. Thanks to Outlaws for stopping in, or
Yeah.
whatever, Street Outlaws, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I used to
Yep.
watch them when I was
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh.
watch them, but they'd be on
Mhm.
TV. Just
I used to
going
watch 'em.
Yeah, same.
and just You know?
Watch them a little more since
Yeah.
after we met them. It's like, oh, all right, that's pretty cool.
We gotta watch the episode. They filmed inside Clipper Cafe.
Yeah, then it was crazy. So I was
Yeah.
just like,
What is the relationship like with like the Martin football team, and what are your thoughts on this year's team?
I mean, obviously the results speak for themselves there. 8-0 is pretty darn good so far. And not just 8-0, but like, whooping on people too
for
is nice. I would have liked to see you be a little nicer to last week's team, but whatever. Seemed like they were having some rough times going into it,
for sure.
But it's a good relationship. Ever since that first year that we were in there, especially we've done multiple things for the football team, whether it's just sponsorships on a yearly basis or just the dinners, to help you guys, pay for the number that people don't expect that it takes to get you guys all up to Marquette for something like that, and the amount that they give you is not from the state is not it's
No.
pennies to,
Yeah.
to what it really is, to what it really costs for something like that. So it's a good one.
It's definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to stop you guys is yourselves. So I mean, I truly believe that if you guys play the game that you want to play, there's no one that's going to beat you.
I think we want it as bad as that.
Yeah.
22 team wanted it.
Absolutely, and I think Island City, I think they're looking like they want you guys even more. So with their,
I mean, we're ready
they're
for
perfect
anyone.
right now. Absolutely, yeah.
We're ready to play anyone.
And
so.
obviously, you're their only target, probably. In history.
We're everybody's Marquette game.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
When they're patting each other on the back with 7 minutes left, like way to go, guys, this is great. And then all of a sudden,
Nope.
and
they're down by 6.
then they have to live with that, and those
Yep.
people had to graduate with that. That's
But
gotta
I
be a
mean,
tough
but
thing
also
for 'em.
we've had that same feeling
Mhm.
in Mendon. So
Yeah.
that fueled them.
Yeah.
This fuels us. Like
And now you go in with a different mindset.
like
Yeah,
I think
like you said, not letting up on the gas pedal one bit and just going for it.
I think for me it's win or die, and I
Mhm.
think that's
And
part
you
of
guys
the
are
whole
seniors.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
So-
you lose, there's not another game for you, right?
No, like
You don't want to go off like that. You want to go off like a winner.
Because imagine, what would have been crazy for us was,
Yeah.
all right, freshman year,
4
we
years,
go
yeah.
up. Sophomore year, we went up, won it. Then last year, if we would have went up, but
Yep.
Things happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't yell at the refs. It just happened, and then
It
you
is
got to
what
get
it
past
is.
it. Now that gives yourself like a little bit of like a revenge tour
for
going
sure.
through for your last year.
Oh,
So
for sure.
yeah.
So, I think I got all my questions.
I do have a couple more.
yeah,
So
go for it.
I hear you're a big Star Wars fan.
I do like my.
What
Star
is one of
Wars.
your most prized possession, like artifacts or
Oh, I
like
don't really have-
pieces
I mean,
that you
we
have?
were just able to go build like lightsabers and do that when we were down at Disney because we took all of our employees down to Disney a couple years ago and their families, and so we built our lightsabers. I took your brother, took Nate down there, and yeah, some of us built lightsabers and droids and just got to experience some cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's sweet. What is who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, super.
Marvel, DC,
Captain America.
Captain America.
Just yes. I heard somebody broke my shield. Does anybody want to talk about that on this podcast? Can we get to,
Okay,
like,
we
a
were
name and,
we
can
were gonna
tell
try
the
and
name
keep
on
it.
this?
We were
Oh.
gonna try and keep it
That
off,
was-
but
okay, so we're gonna be honest with you. That was AI. That was
Oh,
that
it wasn't broken.
No,
that was
no.
the Clipper blue
Oh.
team people. I
So
don't know.
when I got it back, it's not missing.
no.
I don't know. We're the maroon and white.
Oh, I
team.
just
We're
did
not
it.
the blue team.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No, that was super
No,
cool.
but we
I love
were-
the superhero game that you guys did. That was
Yeah,
a cool.
yeah,
little,
that was awesome.
thing for it.
we're running out with it, and I don't want to name drop, but
Mhm. Oh, I
we're running
heard
out
who
with
did
it, and the person that was holding it, it was like,
Apparently, he, like held it up.
they were
and
like,
was-
hold it up like
I don't
Captain
think it was
America.
made to actually
Yeah.
like go around and
Yeah.
play with. So,
Well,
yeah.
he wasn't really. He was just like he was holding it with two
Oh,
hands,
yeah.
like
Oh,
running
I
out
saw
with
when
it.
it fell like
And then-
that. I wondered why.
And then
I found out.
they were like, put it up like Captain America when he was stopped, and he put it up, and it just went. He's like, he walked. I think he walked up to
Then-
Blavo or
yeah.
Gruber, and he's like, and it's like holding on.
coach had to work up his little courage to tell
Oh,
me,
yeah.
hey, sorry we broke. I was like, dude, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah, he was like, oh, should we glue it? Should we glue it back together for him? I was like,
It's fine.
honestly, just tell him and be like, hey, we can fix it if you want us to.
It's all fine.
But yeah.
no, that's my favorite. What
Nothing
about
on
you guys? What's your
purpose.
favorite superhero?
Hold on, I got to think about
Say Hulk. This is
All right.
Ruthless. Whatever he wants.
Probably Iron Man or Spider-Man. For
Like
sure.
your tech billionaires? Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up me and my dad are the biggest Marvel geeks
All right,
ever.
very
We love like Iron Man and Spider. We love it all.
Mhm.
So probably Iron Man or Spider Man for sure. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's all my questions.
I guess last one, like close it off. What's a piece of advice you would give to any up and coming business owners, restaurants, or any chefs?
Don't. It's hard, unless you want to work and work a lot and be responsible for a lot of things. Sometimes it's okay just to go find other work that you would like equally as much. To be honest, yeah. There's many more failed businesses there are successful businesses out in this world, and unless you have a good family setting and a good support system, it's not going to probably go well for you. So yeah, but try to do what you want if that's what you want to do, but understand it comes with work.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks
guys.
for coming
Appreciate
in.
you letting me out.
All right, here you go, boys. Well, it's near 12:30, getting down and dirty. Time to go and see my boys. With Benny and Briar, you cannot be a liar. Can't wait to go and make some noise. They got all kinds of questions for every session. They'll ask you all about your past. Cross my heart, hope to die. I cannot tell a lie. Can't wait to be on Clifford Cast.